Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time to the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. Hey, folks, I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert. I gotta keep you guessing. Anyhow, happy hump day. Hope you are having a great one. We have a lot to discuss, but before we get anything, we have to talk about something rather important. More important than me even paying my bills. And that being, and you know what? Give me a moment, please. Just give me a moment. Friends, I think I need to just cozy up a little bit. Hey, isn't it nice? This is a message for Nita Lanning. Hey, Nita, I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful, wonderful birthday. And while I would never be vulgar or rude enough to call you a good girl, I will say this. You're far too misbehaved to be a good girl, darling. You're a very, very bad girl. And I do hope that someone takes that up with you. Happy birthday, Nita. All righty, then let's get back to our regularly scheduled shenanigans and pay some bills. Please remember that Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you by the Indie Creator Directory. That's indcd.org. Founded by Joe Bachman. Yeah, that's the guy over at JB Tech Apps. Yeah, the one who makes the great phone apps. Anyway, indcd.org is your wonderful place to get your links, your information all in one place where if you are looking for an independent author, writer, game designer, artist, musician, or anybody else, you just go on there and you can find one with a simple poke around, see what they're about, get into their socials and get to know them better so that we can promote small business. Also, if you are an independent creator, well, shoot, for a very low one-time fee, you can sign up to join indcd.org and have a safe place where, let's just say, you accidentally shared something on Facebook that got you knocked off, or you upset Elon Musk somehow and your Twitter ceased to function, or you, like me, has found that the algorithm has risen up to hold you back. indcd.org has none of that. It's just a simple place where good creators can put their stuff and share it around. Friends, please support them. Now, our business is made possible by sales of my books, including the Big Stompy Robots line of games and books. Friends, I will be talking a lot more about this in the coming weeks. There's a lot coming as we hit summer convention season, and I had to hold off a lot of my promotion for this because I needed to promote Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, the role-playing game. Now, the full version is live through Indiegogo. We are about a third, last I saw, about a third of the way funded. I'd love to see it funded so that we can get the best modern RPG out ahead of this tide. Because unfortunately, with D&D going Creative Commons, everyone and their cousin who thinks they can create a game is trying to. Speaking of things that anyone should be able to do, but few will, the simple sword, because martial arts are for everyone, and anyone who's ever dreamed of learning how to use a sword, or an axe, or a spear should be able to. Because, friends, that's what we're here for. I'm about elevating, enlightening, and empowering folks. And I have learned so much through learning and pursuing the way of the sword, that it has empowered me to help others gain the confidence, the awareness, and really as a way to anchor ourselves back into reality a bit. It's part of a great deprogramming, I think, from all the things that try to keep us from paying attention. There's a lot going on in the world, and it seems like everything wants to distract us from the here and now. And there are few ways to gain mindfulness more effectively than learning a martial art. So I really, really want you to consider that book. Now, that being done, if you want to discuss more of it, you are more than welcome to see me on Friday nights at 9 a.m., where I will answer any sword-based question. And if I don't know it, I will use the 3 hardest words to use on the internet. I don't know, but then I will find out for you. I also have a very enlightened chat, a very informed chat on the subject, who, like I said, if I don't know something, a lot of times they do. It's a really great group of people, and I'm very honored to be involved with them. But speaking of people I'm honored to be involved with, what a wonderful chat. It has been hopping and popping, so I won't delay too long before we get into it. We do have some things to discuss. Like I said earlier, today is Nita Lanning's birthday. Please, if you've benefited anything from knowing her, and to know her is to be benefited, please send her some love. I do have some announcements about the Hybrids campaign. It may be going to multiple funding sites. Luke is looking around for new options outside of Indiegogo, so there may be Kickstarters and other things, because a lot of people are coming to both him and I with various beefs about the site or the makers. I want to encourage. It has been a challenge. It's been a 3-year project, and it really is a matter of seeing if it can work. If it can work, we can do a lot of wonderful things. If it can't, well, then we won't, and we'll have to do other things. But that's the game, isn't it, friends? You do your best, you put your stuff out there, and you create. Now, I am hoping to have the slight chance of a friend in the chat who's new. I'll be keeping an eye out for her. If not, I've tried to make the connections, because Lord knows I would never meddle. Friends, you know me. I never meddle. My voice is a little rough today. But we're going to get through that. I know it's been a rough run. Little man hasn't been feeling good, so that affects my accountability, which was taking care of a not feeling good little man. I went to bed at 9 p.m. last night, which really interfered with some of my broadcast and viewing plans, but it was necessary. It is March. We are marching first, and very soon we will march forth into a new We are marching into a new month. We are marching into a new attitude. Everywhere I've looked around, you see, I will tell you this. That's a little personal about me. I pay attention because I firmly believe people will ask God for a sign and then not look for one. So I tend to pay attention, and everywhere I've looked, I have seen changes coming signs, both in my own statistical analysis of what I see going on, major shifts, political shifts, interesting things. I've also seen it in just, you turn on the TV and you go on YouTube and it's running somehow in time to say major changes are coming your way, and then it prattles off. Yeah, yeah. To the people, 5:55 on the clocks. Go, just shifts are coming, so we need to be prepared for that. And I don't believe they're negative. I do believe that when interesting things happen, it's tempting to go, okay, well, assign something to it. When a whole lot of interesting things happen, like a bald eagle circling your car as you go down the road, you start to wonder. Uh, the world is an interesting place, and I've found strange, delightful things happen because there is magic to be found in this world, and we we can't create in a vacuum. So, accountability. I am almost to 10,000 words. I am very close to 10,000 words on Through the Thinning Veil. And I'm so scared because this story is not turning into a short story. It has that, oh, you're going to be problematic. But the last one I'm calling Haints and Hellfire is going to be a challenge. And then I want to work on my RPG supplement, Dusk Falls Over Ravencleft Gorge, which I've been tweaking a bit because, you never work on just one project. I have attention deficit, so I use the Project Roulette approach. Oh, this is not providing me dopamine. I shall find something else. Oh, I left my... I hate leaving my neck knife on the inside. It always feels a little funny. But, health-wise, minor med change, little bit of working, and I am breaking into a new pair of shoes, which, as the fact that I wear orthotics, means it's a little weird. We're going to see how that all goes. We're going to see, let's see, it is Wednesday, so I should have a lot of stuff going down, and I may be able to watch The Mandalorian tonight, which would be very fun indeed. Outside of all that, the weather is shifting. Activities are happening. People are getting done and getting out there. And while you're watching this, please, friends, hit like, share, and subscribe because we need the views and I want to get the messages of all the wonderful people I promote out there. Now, I think I spend enough time prattling in and off myself. So let's see the far more interesting people in the chat. Let's pull this up. Good morning, Michaela Jade. I had a blast chatting with you and Dawn Saturday during my Art Time with Nick stream, where I drew one of your Elite Warriors after a fashion. We may have to work on some more projects together. You talked about, don't forget to DM me. Tell me what you want and what kind of budget you got. We can work something out. Good morning. Hey, Michaela. Hey, Witsman Dude. Hey, Donna. My attention was drawn elsewhere. Really? Oh, my. Tell her she can wait till after the show. Okay, Michaela, you'll have to wait till after the show. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm signing off FB until after the show. I've already riled enough folks this morning. Yes, we did, because our dear friend of the show, Nita Lanning, got in a little bit of mischief on Facebook and got dinged for it. LOL, I sign off. I bounce between SMs all day. The only time I am not on is during my sleep hours and when I am streaming. Yes, I am that guy. I put do not disturb because I used to have people ping me till all hours of the night. And uh it while I was doing a lot of good, it was not particularly healthy for me. Oh, Joby must be working. And S&M's social medias. Yes, Nana. Yes, Nana. Yes, Donna. I got notice. See, I pulled the N from notice. That too. She was in sight of violins on that post, but it would not even show me what she said. Dang it. I could show you it later if you want. I believe she said if someone called her good girl again, she was going to throat punch them. Usually Aunt Donna is the one stirring the poo pot. Yeah, well, that poop kettle has to get things cooked. LOL. Yep, we love it. Hey, all I got was that I was promoting violence, which led to my post, Snicker. Proves my point about being a brat. There's so many brats in my life. Anyway, and where is she today? She doesn't have a show this morning. No, but it's her birthday. She should either be sleeping in or not sleeping in. I'm pretty sure, knowing Donna, she's waking. Not Donna, knowing Nita, and she is waking and baking some cookies because that's what she does in the morning sometimes. She wakes and bakes cookies. Because who doesn't love cookies? Good morning. Good morning, Dawn Dulas. Morning, Dawn. Dawn. Hey, Dawn. I can't even condone cookies anymore because apparently there's just enough caffeine in chocolate that if I eat too much chocolate, and that's very, very little, it triggers like I've had a pop and turns off my nerve meds. Last time I spoke with Nita, she was still on the Book of Face. Good tidbits and scribbles last night. I wanted to make it, but sleep happened. Thanks, Carl. I think we might have stayed on topic for the hour. Jeez. I think I'm up to 10 books written now. Not all of them were widely distributed. So I need to get 2 more done for an even dozen. That's a good plan. That's a good goal, Carl. I'm really close to that number as well. There's my accountability. Okay. Way to go, Michaela. Donna and BKM are still ahead of us, I think. Probably. I'm on the move today. Drop off lunch to the bestie, drop off old newspapers to a friend who uses them at animal shelter, drop off my car to get the rest of repairs from October done. Awesome. It sounds like you've got a plan. And annoy Georgette. Please, always annoy Georgette. And I've been told I should not pronounce it that way. I've been told I should say Georgette. Well, folks, you can't stop me, so no. Georgette it is. Leave me some flair in my world. 4 warriors, 5 by December, 2 Velas, almost 3, and 2 Linnea Fletcher books, and 6 books ghosted. Not bad for starting in 2020. Heck yeah. Beast mode, Michaela. Still not accountable for a damn... See, you covered it right and I slipped. Dang thing. I flipped it. Oh, you guys have got me this morning. This is what happens when I get sleep. You see, when I get sleep, my brain functions. When my brain functions, I stutter and I stammer. If I'm speaking clearly and concisely, something is probably wrong. LOL. I like beasts. Putting on my like now, please do. He fooled me. I already had it muted. Ha 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 ha. Happy birthday, Nita. Cookies and cream. Where the heck is everybody today? Slackers. Wondered that too. Yeah, it's a very quiet day. I'm thinking with the weather being nice, people are out doing stuff, and I hope they're having a good time. That is fine because I would rather have, as much as I want you guys in my chat, you can catch it later. What I want to do is build folks up and celebrate some things and promote some things. For example, Bouncer Vocal, his Kickstarter went live, and I think it's already 20% funded. You can pronounce it any way you want. She's my kid. Thank you. Outdoors, Shutter. No, no, I used to be very much an outdoorsman. I used to hike and camp and fish and do a lot of things. And then my body betrayed me, which is okay. I don't hold much animosity against it. I'm working on it. But, but I'm getting better, and a little bit at a time helps. And that's all we can do is a little bit at a time. So, what we're going to do, speaking of a little bit of a time, yeah, some of us like outdoor stuff. Yeah. It does stink because, well, today it's actually calm, so I might be able to shoot something or throw things. And when I say shoot something, I usually mean a bow or a Nerf gun. I will be, or throwing knives at a target. I would never hurt somebody with throwing knives. Uh, on days like this, if the wind is relatively still where I live, which is very rare, it is tempting to go out and try to thunk something into wood. Feel free to have fun with that one. This is not the green room, but let's run an ad. Oh wait, speaking of ads, Bonser Vocal sticks a novel of steampunk horror. Thank you. I need to buy 100 foot of wire and toss it over a tree. Carl, you sound like an algebra question. And because author Michaela J. For a shortwave antenna, no animosity to the tree. Excellent. Just beware. Shortwave has some truly colorful content. My neighbor and one of the people I was a caregiver for was an avid shortwave listener. Unfortunately, that led him to the realm of Alex Jones and many a grift. Carl, use a kite. No, let's not electrocute Carl. I'm pretty sure he was there. Oh, I've listened to shortwave on and off since the 80s. Okay, good berries. Well, let me real quick run an ad because that will give you, let me see, the latest ad I have for Bonsart is a long one, but it'll give you guys time to chat and build up for the commentary. And then it'll give us good stuff to discuss. So I'm going to hit that.
Greetings, fellow travelers. I am Bonsart Vocal to tell you about our second Kickstarter to help us realize our multiverse of adventure and exploration that I call the Association of Ishtar. Bound for the Sticks is an illustrated novel about Igraine Mortiba's adventures in archaeology, a cobbled together community of scavengers built in the ruins of an ancient space station that was abandoned by its creators millennia ago. Now its interior is but a feral grotto with its own ecosystem hostile to human life. However, it's also a unique place that offers many possibilities to the investigators of the Association of Ishtar, who are protecting their world from the many threats lurking inside the multiverse. I've been working on the series since 2018, having published our first novel in 2021. This campaign includes The Wrench in the Machine and Bound for the Sticks, but we also have two fully illustrated supplementary anthologies featuring the investigations by the Association. These in-universe documents can elaborate on some of the technologies, characters, or phenomena encountered by the Association, but it's not just an immersive document, it's also ideal for your RPGs inspired by these settings. And speaking of which, we offer 4 tabletop miniatures inspired by the characters from both the novels. If you want to be part of the multiverse itself, you can. We have a draw-in option where you can be drawn as an archaeology scavenger. And for the truly dedicated, you can get your concepts or characters included by pledging on our write-in tier. I could tell you more about our first comic or coloring book, but all of these are just mere samples of what we have planned for this series. We are already working on new stories and other projects, but what I love most about is that we have a creative community where people share their passions to help us expand this multiverse, and it truly feels like an adventure, and I'll hope you'll join us on this journey. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna bid you adieu. And of course, make things your way.
Oh, that's not going to work. Wow. Anyone want to tell me how I managed to get a message through with my net completely turned off on my phone? Anyway, that's interesting. Let's see. Carly's a guy. Just look for the redheaded girl. Oh my. I always look for a redheaded girl. It's been fun. But I gotta head off to the day job. Okay, drive safe, Michaela. Don't get in any trouble that you can't get out of. Have a good day, Michaela. Bye, Michaela. Great job. I love how it Sponsor says association. Kickstarter projects, Migrant, Mr. Grandtastic, Beowulf 1 through 5. I could listen to him and Mike Jimmy for hours. They really do. Well, not only is it wonderful accents, but it's wonderful content. And I have found that my European friends are remarkably polite and positive compared to some of my American friends. Not bashing anyone in the chat, but it's always nice to speak to someone kind. And I associate with a lot of people. Oh. Thank you, Carl. That's fascinating. Nick minus Kite plus redhead equals Charlie Brown. Good grief. Anyway, Indiegogo.com/projects hybrids double feature and trade paperback. Yep, you know what? You're going to be sick of hearing about this wonderful project, but since she plugged it, I better run the ad.
Lockdown Games and Luke Stone Studios presents Hybrids, the role-playing game. This core rules to the new Base +2 game engine allows you to design your own character and create your own homebrewed adventure, complete with charts, maps, and every resource needed to dive right into the Hybrids universe on your own, or continue where the quick play left off with a brand new module. Get caught up on the series with the Killing Field trade paperback. Enhanced with creator commentary and behind-the-scenes information, this special edition gives you even more value and entertainment. All this and more on Indiegogo.
Yep. That game is phenomenal. The artwork you saw was done by Luke Stone. The animation of this is an edit of original ad done by Pedro Ang. Really neat creators. One thing I love is that I can be an independent creator. That means I can travel between all social and political groups without having to be a member of them. Because many times I find I don't agree with the flags people fly, but I find that there are individuals under them that I respect. The only flag you will see me fly is the American flag, because I'm an American, and or my own logos. And yes, to the folks who wonder about the pinky thing, I got a message about that. The nerves in my wrist are actually kind of calloused and they're a little puffed up. That's part of the nerve damage I have. And the nerve that guides my thumb occasionally triggers my pinky. So my thumbs up almost always turns into one of these. I'm not trying to sign or be subtle or anything weird like that. Phones like that keep spying on you all day. Googs and Zuck get upset if you go off grid. People get upset about Chinese balloons, but it's the car warranty people who will take over. Speaking of, one thing I have said for quite some time because of some of my associates, not Ishtar based, but the associations I have, people will note I do not have TikTok. I will sometimes share links that have been bounced through YouTube, but I do not share, or I do not participate in TikTok. I don't have a TikTok account. I don't do it because TikTok is a spy. It gives Chinese government spyware. And I've said that for some time, and now the President of the United States has issued a 30-day notice that if you are a government employee, you need to take that off. This is a little concerning for a couple reasons. One, because they knew what's going on, and two, because the government is now telling it. The Chinese have responded with what? You people are so scared, you're gonna get rid of TikTok, get rid of an app that millions of young people love. Yeah. So I'm sure that's not shallow bait. Thought you guys might find that interesting. Speaking of interesting, what have you guys been writing about? I'm curious. Now, it's like I've been out of the loop because Michaela Jade's Elite Warriors are very they're partially dragonic, so they look gargoyle-like. They've got big wings and tails and stuff. I didn't realize that. That's very interesting. I love the sliding scale of anthropomorphism in culture and where people find the line. Because, cat ears have been a thing since Josie and the Pussycats was popular. But, and of course before in folklore. But where the line is, some people will be very, very militantly furry, militantly anti-furry, and then be like, yeah, but so-and-so's cute. And I'm like, that's a partial furry character. It's interesting. Oh, last night, Wonderful Doc, we talked about new writers and how they should not fear rejection, aimed at a mutual friend. Yes! Thank you! I spend so much time going, please don't. And well, if the traditional publishing format isn't your jam, that's fine. That's fine. Go through Lulu or Amazon. I have a friend who I hope may have been involved in that program, who I've shuffled both Carl and Brian's way, who is an incredibly witty. She is constantly putting out the kind of content that it's like, write something, please. And she was afraid of publishing and how it goes, and very anti the Zon, which I respect. So I pointed her towards Carl, because Carl knows Lulu.com. And I may, in the near future, make a jump and throw, check which of my things aren't really doing well on Amazon, take it off at the Amazon exclusivity clause as soon as possible, and then punch it over to Carl. Punch it over to Lulu. We got to balance these things out. We got to rotate the tires and see what works sometimes. But I also have to look at how my sales are doing, and I was not able to check that today because it's garbage day. And love seeing Amy last night. Yes, Amy is writing again. It nearly made us all cry. I'm so glad. Not that you cried. Well, I mean, actually, I'm kind of glad that it nearly made you all cry, because that means you still have emotions, which is an increasingly rare thing. Sorry, trying to breathe. But I'm glad she's writing. Never stop. Anything that takes someone's art away is tragic. It was good seeing Amy looking so well and having such great news. It was my allergies. Danged allergies. Danged allergies indeed. Allergies are a real problem, and there are a lot of medications that will make you just rest and feel better. And sometimes just something that knocks you out a little bit is the best cure. But I want to remind you, the following ad is not sponsored by Benadryl. That's oh, I have to like look down because that music just woo. But let's see, anything in the comments? Cool, guys. I'm at if this keeps up, we may have to call it early and have me have a more productive Wednesday, which is okay. I'm here to serve, but or I can just babble about what's going on with me. So I'll do that for a bit. It is difficult finding a niche and getting your books out there. Because I've put out a couple that are very good, but they don't move very well. Now, of course, when I can make it to cons and other sales venues, I usually do all right. It's assuming there's enough there, and I am looking very forward to Region Con, the 21st and 22nd of April. Even though I will admit the entry is a little high. $25 to get in is a lot for all day gaming, and I really wonder about that value, but we'll see. I think it's a case of the previous arranger of the convention that it's replacing had an in and was charged less. But I will be traveling around more in the coming summer, doing some, looking for lower cost appearances, because I want to get out there and, among other things, see some people and do some stuff. I have been stuck in here far too long. It's just not healthy. I need some change, and the universe is piping it down my throat. So I'm just gonna enjoy and find a way to move up and move forward. I wanna write more, and I need to. I have to fight the way my hands feel, though. That's a challenge for me. It's not the mentality or the timing. It's just, can I get my hands to write? So we're working through that, and I'm working through that. I'm also going to be renovating the Listfield area and the whole facility that I have, starting pretty much as soon as it's regularly this weather or better, to make it more accommodating for my fencers. Which, while that doesn't matter to you, it is good content. And, being able to reference excellent ways of fighting and showing people fight who are of untraditional builds is a great resource for authors. Because when you see fighters, when you go to look at fighters as artists or authors, you usually see people between 5'10" and 6 foot. They're usually men. They're usually in very good shape. That gives you a condensed version of what fights look like. It's like when you take somebody who's a heavyweight boxing fan and you have them watch their first bantamweight match. It's a whole different sport. Because it's not two battleships just blasting at each other. Same way with different martial arts. So being able to see what people of different builds can do and what they do around their builds. One thing I like, especially in the Star Wars universe, when it gets to the fighting, and it took a while, but there is a progression of how young athletic people fight, how trained versus untrained fight, how angry versus calm fight, and then how old people and people who have truly mastered their art and no longer have anything to prove fight. My favorite duel in all of Star Wars is the duel between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul on Tatooine during the Rebels animated series. I hope anyone who likes Star Wars fights can watch it, because the storytelling is powerful, more so when you understand what you're seeing. And very much after all the years of excess flying around and swish, 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 swish stuff. Seeing somebody who gets two opponents who know there is no room for shenanigans. The fights, the discussion lays out, the fight starts. The fight is a discussion. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a secret about writing and about fighting. So I saw Carl's comments and it sort of thumped me down. But the fight should always serve as dialogue. A fight in a story should serve the story. It's establishing setting, perhaps, if it's just overt carnage. It's telling you about the character, how they fight, what weapons they wield, are all tropes. So if you're going to write, you should know what you're writing. If you're writing about firearms, for the love of God, please at least go to a shooting range. Ask one of your firearm enthusiast friends, preferably those with military or police training, to show you how they operate. Know what you're writing about. Okay? Now, I need to drop out of that lovely comment because the fights in Star Wars have evolved something to be proud of. And I want to talk. When I was a rehab counselor, I had a lady who could only move one hand and could only use one finger. We fixed her up with a machine that let her write using one finger. Once you see that, you realize how dumb our excuses are. Absolutely. Now, I do feel the need to mildly defend myself here in that, remember, this book and the original game system that's in Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, was done completely, hold on, getting that out can be a little tricky, by me grabbing pens like this and literally tapping out, stabbing out letter by letter to get it done because my hand stopped working. And over the course of the time after that, I lost the ability to do anything. When I say I have to limit my hands, this is not an excuse. It's if I overdo it, my hands will stop. And I've spent months doing physical and occupational therapy to have my hands back. As an artist, that means I have to treat them carefully. It means I'm adjusting how I fight, how I move, because I got to the point where I could barely attend to my own basic hygiene needs. I couldn't game. I couldn't write. I couldn't draw my hands. I had this much range. And if I extended, they would extend flat. Because my nerves, the nerves function a lot like bicycle brakes. And I'd extend and it'd go out. I couldn't. So I have to be very cautious. And of late, I've realized I've been overdoing it in my excitement to do things. So I have to go back to the old rules. Now, why I say that is it can be done. And I want to balance everyone out. And okay, I get that you're okay. It can, like I said, it can be done. There are also great vocal apps. Dragon, one thing, Dragon no longer is Dragon, the voice app, is not compatible with Windows 11. Cindy Koepp has been fighting that. But apparently words, speech to text is pretty good. However, you guys have heard me speak for a long time. And while you don't usually think about it, aside from the frequent ums and uhs, I misspeak frequently. One second. Xander, what's up?
We're at March, and I don't know how it's white March. And I don't know how many dates are there.
Okay, come here for a second, buddy. Because open the door. It's fine. You're not in trouble. Okay, let me look. I'll look on the calendar. Now, today is Wednesday, right? And today is Wednesday. So Wednesday will be the 1st. There are 31 days in March.
Okay.
And would you like me to write it down so you can copy it?
Yeah.
Okay, give me just a second. And I've got it muted, so I'm not bugging anybody. Give me just a second, buddy. M. I know you're trying not to be on camera. A. R. C. H. March. Okay. We'll work on that later. Okay, let me get the mute off. Okay, I guess I'm not unmuted. Oh well, sorry about that, guys. A little bit of what I call parental Tourette's. We're getting back into it, and whoa, okay. Hello, nerds. Nita! Hi, Nita. Happy birthday, darling. I hope you're just getting into every kind of trouble. I gave you a special greeting earlier on the show. I hope you can catch that in. And see, I will tell you this. I would never call you a good girl. No. We know you enjoy your status as being a misbehaving little brat. Far too much for that. You just need to find someone who's willing to tell you that and deal with it properly. And I think you have someone. I'm just speaking in the mood. I'm not bashing C in any way, shape, or form because he's awesome. I'm playing with you, and I hope you have a good day, birthday girl. Hey, Nita, love fellow March babies. March is very busy for me because it is both my wife and son's birthdays are in March. Let's see, hi, Don Dulos. I got a little lost. Good job. Good job, Nick. Stab out that book. That's literally what I've done. Oh, wasn't calling you out, was calling. Yeah, there we are. Hey, Joe B. Joe B, where is he? Is he in the chat? I haven't seen him pop up. My downfall is that I hear folks being like that, and then I'm like, I'm being a big baby with my issues. Then I remember she and I are not the same. Exactly. Everybody has their own issues. And here's the thing. Even if you only write one word a day, by the end of the year, 365 words should be a short story. And if you can do more than one word, you're just farther along. Oh, good morning, Nick and Sander. Hope all's well. Not losing any days. Yep. Sorry about that, guys. I'm mildly embarrassed. I thought I had hit the mute button. Well, Joe's here, so let's run the smoothest ad in Independent Comics, and then we'll get right back to your chat, and we'll get hopping and popping.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Yeah, I love the conversations I have with Joe, and I can't wait to see his game come out because I genuinely want him to make quite a profit on that game. Reach out to Luke about anything with the logo and anything like that. Maybe we can get some cross promotion going or something. Right now, we're having some issues, but we're getting there. Luke has finally set his sight on the game as a major project and is promoting it, and we're just gonna see. Right, Don? It's a lesson we can. But it is a lesson we can overcome anything. Always understand the value isn't quite the right word, but the reality of your limitations. The trick is not to hit them head on. Very rarely will a limitation move when you hit it head on. You have to either dig at it slow. If it's something like this, I had to do physical therapy. I still have to. I'm supposed to do it every day. I've been neglecting it, and I'm feeling that I've neglected it. So I'll have to sit while I watch television, and instead of work on something, do a whole bunch of stretches for a long time. But you can do it in some way. Maybe it's not the way you want to. Maybe time is a issue. Sometimes we have to focus on healing, not what we want to focus on. But when we get there, and you find a pace, any pace, a snail's pace still laps the guy on the couch. Do it. Hi, Joe. We got greetings. Oh, you weren't muted. That was so wholesome to see. I'm so I am embarrassed. Not that I did anything wrong, but I'm embarrassed that I didn't hit the mute button right. Anyhow, I must have double tapped it. Brat bones. No, only ma'am works for me. Wow. Accountability. Taxes are done. Personal taxes are electronically filed and accepted. Corporate taxes will be mailed off today. I get to set all that fun stuff up. Oh, and I am apparently streaming. And I love that at 50 minutes in, I get the notice. That's when a lot of people pop on. Guys, please, I am, pretty darn religious. This show starts at 10 a.m. I see about the time I get notices, there's always an uptick in people. Please set a little reminder for yourself, because the beginning of the show is really worth it, usually. Accountability. Now I get back to working on PSN number 4 and getting ready for C2E2 at the end of the month. You just kick butt. And keep kicking butt, Joe. You there? Hey, Wolf Breaker, what's up, bud? Morning, Carl and Dawn and Joe and everybody getting greetings. I knew another guy who typed with a stick in his mouth. I mean, that dude makes you realize how important writing was for him. Yep. You're only being dad of the millennium to say, no, I'm not. I'm trying to do the best I can, and a lot of times I fail. But that's just the way it goes. He wasn't feeling good yesterday, so he slept in a bit. I hoped I would get through the program and be able to have things set up for him, but that's okay. Let's see. I'll be honest. I'm stuttering, so I need a second. I'm going to run an ad. I'm going to run Cindy's ad. I haven't seen her, but she needs to be read. I hope you guys are staying hydrated and you're getting up and stretching during the ads. That's what they're there for. I hope everyone is doing well and building their best, because I believe in all of you. All of you have the ability to write and create such wonderful things. I am humbled by the people that I find in my chat, and privileged to know you guys. I also, I'm terrible at the business side of a lot of things. So I think that's part of why I am so impressed by people like Nita, who run things in the background so smoothly, and they talk like, well, this is so easy. Yeah, tell you try to do it. As independent creators, we wear many hats, and we need to realize our strengths and our weaknesses and play to our strengths while growing against or in spite of our weaknesses. It is doable. You can get your stuff out there. You can make money. You can do good for people. And I find if your goals are proper compensation while doing good for people, you end up in a really nice place, you know? I just hope you guys all are doing well. Let me see the chats, because I got lost for a second there. And anybody here who notice how bad exposition in most things are? Yes. Well, unfortunately, Wolfbecker, and that is a reasonable critique. The art of show don't tell is very difficult, and there are a lot of exposition dumps. I think a lot of it comes from lack of critical thinking, and people aren't reading what they used to read. So, as our attention spans are shortened, we do lose sight of some of the systems in place to make things better. But we can't. I find there's a temptation, and Wolfbreaker follows me from Nerd Bacon. There's a temptation to fixate on the negative that other people aren't doing as well, especially on IPs that we have known and loved for a long time. The tendency is to rage, and I really believe, and I say this both there and honestly, it gets tiring sometimes. Why waste your time if you look and go, this is not a good product? Most of the people on that program are creators. Almost everyone in this chat is a creator. Do better. The simple solution when someone is not doing a job well, there's nothing wrong with politely rebuking them, especially if you have a means to do so in a constructive criticism format. Raging and shaking your fist and being annoyed, especially when it's something that they're contractually obligated to do, doesn't do you any good. What you want to do is simply do better. And if it's not something you do, support the people who do better. I don't see why so much time gets wasted. You go online and so many people are raging, this show stinks. Okay. Then don't watch it. Because the most powerful thing you can do to negatively affect a product on the market today is to boycott it. Is to send not just boycott, ignore it. Just you can say this sucks and walk away. Look what happened with the Dungeons and Dragons OGL. Yeah, there was a lot of railing, but instead of just railing, people did something simple. They canceled their subscriptions. They stopped giving them money. Don't give money to people who make products you don't like. It's just that simple. And then you have that money, give it to people who do. That's how capitalism is supposed to work. And if we're going to be in a capitalist system, which I wish there was a way to say limited capitalism, because I believe when a corporation has as much money and power as a foreign government, it should be treated like a foreign government. You know, it is a separate entity. If it's powerful enough to hire its own army, it needs to be distanced from. But that's why Independent, especially the authors in this chat, are able to get out and do that. They write, they create, they tell better stories. And then, in spite of the algorithms, in spite of huge advertising campaigns, every cent that you earn has been earned with blood, sweat, and tears. And it's something that every other company, the competitive corporate ideal, sees as a loss. And they hate that. But you don't fight hate with hate. You fight hate with love. In this case, love for the craft and respect for the fans. So that's how I approach it. I know it's a little different. It's different than a lot of other people, and I'm tired of the negative approach, because it just burns energy and creates nothing. So, well, keep making stuff. Keep supporting the awesome people who make stuff. Hang out here. Support the people in my chat. Hi, Woke. Everybody's glad to see it. It's about time the cats are wanting lunch. So I'll say, everyone have a great day. Have a great day, Carl. We'll probably be winding down. I do try to keep it at about an hour. Hey, the Woke Breaker. You too, Carl. LMAO, smooth, dude. If I was peanut butter, I'd be extra crunchy. Yes, but you make it look smooth. That's the professional part, Nita. I know it falls apart. Shoot. Everything that matters is held together by determination and duct tape. I mean, that's the reality most people won't grasp. And you do it with style and panache. And I respect that so much. I tried to watch Picard. It was just awful. It gets exhausting. On the other hand, Deep Space Nine and Avatar last night seemed great to me. Deep Space Nine was great because it was a premise written by... It was taken from a premise by J. Michael Straczynski. And though they ripped it off, please, if you haven't watched Deep Space Babylon 5, watch Babylon 5. The effects are minorly dated. And the first season can feel a little soap opera-ish. But the second through fourth season are totally worth it. And the fifth has its own sets of charm. I really do recommend it. I think you'll find it to be much better. Star Trek was not built to handle the negativity of modern writers. And that's why Deep Space Nine's more grittiness broke the franchise so hard they could only do prequels and way out for a very long time. And when they tried to come back to it with Picard, the negativity did not fit the utopian future that was supposed to be there. And maybe that's telling. Maybe that influences us too. And Avatar: The Last Airbender is simply one of the best series ever written or ever put out. Yes, it's a kid show, but people should watch it. Yeah, I don't watch most things these days. Almost all my content is YouTube. I watch a whole lot of YouTube. I genuinely got more fun and more excitement out of the latest episode's setup of Savage Dad, which is one man using face filters to do the ongoing adventures of a Jamaican dad who's completely insane. Than nearly any broadcast series. There are a couple I am watching. And I am excited about The Mandalorian because I had fun with the first season and the second season. So I'm here for the third season of Mandalorian. But most of the time, I'm actually listening to a lot of podcasts because I can draw when I do listen to a podcast, or I can fix things when I'm listening to a program. Or I watch older things because I find there was more. I enjoy the writing more, but I'm not afraid to try new things, and I approve. I support the research and then see if it's worth your time, because the time is the one thing you don't get back. I also only get to watch things usually around when Xander's around, so it limits what I watch. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Blue Teddy. I hope you're having a wonderful time. I hope you've been up to something, Blue. I know you're working very hard, but I hope you can at least get some time in front of a sketchbook or something, because you're just too wonderful creative to give it up. Hey everybody screen. Congratulations on the initial success of your Kickstarter, Bonsart, and good day. And we got greetings. And hi, Grant. Kickstarter launched past 60% of funding. I have no doubt that you're going to fund. You're an amazing creator, and you do amazing things. I got here before the show ended. Yes, you did, Grant. And you know what? Since you did, I'll run your ad because I was planning to. Anyway.
Hazel always knew there was something special about her cat Mooney, but she's still shocked when Mooney opens his mouth to tell her he's just had a vision. An ancient evil has awoken after centuries of sleep, and only one man can stop it, the legendary warrior Beowulf. Unfortunately, it's been over 1,000 years since he slayed a dragon, and he's been reincarnated as this guy. His name is Victor, and he's more unemployed millennial slacker than mighty warrior.
Yeah, and congratulations, Grant. I know you may not be making what you wanted, but you've got your book in comic book shops, and that is a dream many people have. So please never let that feel lessened, because finances come and go in these assorted businesses. Wow, lost connection. I'm sorry, Donna. And that was after watching it a second time. Didn't appreciate it when I was saying. A lot of people who didn't catch it, who watch it younger, at points it was referred to as Deep Sleep 9 because it felt slow in the initial get-go. And once Next Gen ended, it was a great program. I'm going to geek for just one more moment in that the very beginning when Sisko meets Picard and doesn't like him like most people do, that upset a lot of people but made a lot of sense. And that made for interesting. It's like, this is not going to be another Star Trek like you expect. Plus, what it did with Miles O'Brien was brilliant. I mean, Miles suffers, but great program. Hey, Donna. Indeed, it wasn't what I call hands down one of the top 3 shows of all time. I loved it. I love The Americans as well. Haven't watched The Americans, but yeah, there is a time, and sometimes people do this, where they make something called a television show. And it's, the difference between kids show and all ages. I would say Avatar is all ages. Much like Life on Korra. Life on Korra is not a kid comic. It is an all ages comic. Children can enjoy it, but so can adults. And I've always loved that. Hey, Grant. Hey, Blue Teddy. Yeah, Beowulf. I thought Star Trek was told more by the era of the captain it was in. Picard was unique since he spent journey a bit through TOS-NG, TNG and DS9 and Koepp. Makes things a bit expository. Now, I have not watched much of Picard. Not that I'm not interested. It's not Xander safe because of some of the gore elements that have been known to pop up from what I've heard. So it goes against other programming that I would watch with my wife in the brief window when my son is in the shower before he goes to bed. So it has a lot of competition, and frankly, most of the time, I'd rather listen to goofy ghost stories. But I see your point. Yes. Yay, Grant. Your link may have been shared earlier because Dawn is amazing. I like DS9, but then I love Avery Brooks is a brilliant. Everyone on that show was brilliant. And I am ashamed that if Renee Albenroy, I'm saying his name wrong, and Armin Shimmerman were that show for me for a long time. The Odo Quark lineup. But Garrick, God, I cannot remember the actor's name. It just fell off. Is just an incredible. You want to talk a fascinating character study. Plain Simple Garrick is one of my favorite characters of all time, and it's funny because you can tell the Babylon 5 analog is Jakar, which is possibly one of the greatest characters ever written. The journey of Jakar, especially the journey of Jakar and Londo in Babylon 5, is fundamental. And anybody who wants to write about religion in sci-fi, handled well, please watch Babylon 5. Yeah, they didn't talk down, similar to X-Men the animated series. Yes, or Batman the animated series. It's okay to be intelligent. It's okay to use verbiage that somebody may have to look up once in a while if they haven't been exposed to it, or ask what that means. That's how people learn. To me, Voyager broke the mold. Make me wonder if we will ever get back to true undiscovered territories. Voyager, the problem with Voyager was its inconsistency. Many people rightfully call it the worst Star Trek, at least until Picard happened, which Picard does not feel like Star Trek. If I said Picard feels like a spin-off, almost fan fiction, from what I've seen of it, and I've seen very little, but it doesn't feel like Star Trek. It feels like something else going on in the Star Trek universe, but it's interesting. Then the whole Discovery arc hit. But when Voyager was done right, it was phenomenal. But when it was bad, it was terrible. And I will still say that Enterprise does not get the love it deserves. Sorry, we're geeking out here. Dawn, and here it is. No, she's saying she already shared it, but please share it again. Regarding not making as much money, should be Diamond distribution deal was kind of a bust. Not as much as I'm not making as much money as I would like, so much barely breaking even. I'm sorry. Maybe if you talk to Randy Zimmerman, you can get alternative options, or talk to Nita Lanning. There may be other paths that can work better for you. The system is changing, and we have to change with it. I'm still trying to figure out how many quantum torpedoes they had after the clearly stated 6 for the whole series. Let's just yeah, exactly. Or they must have been 3D printing out shuttlecraft like there was nothing going on. Kitty say lunchtime. See everyone Friday, if not before. Laters. Bye, Donna. Found out at a convention that this weekend Beowulf actually sold a lot of more copies than most indie comics by unknown creators. So I guess that's a good thing. Yes, you have to keep your perspective in line. You're selling it at an independent, and you're competing with multi-billion-dollar companies. If you were making money at all with that many, that much of the deck stacked against you, you're doing good, Grant. If you need to make more, you gotta find others. I guess if I'm losing less money than people, it's a good thing. It's a balance. Trust me. I feel your pain, being that I've been helped promote so many campaigns, and I work so hard on the hybrids game and promoting hybrids. To have it stuttering so bad is heartbreaking. But you have to be about the creation and the telling, or else it becomes just a job. Picard is not Star Trek. It's more Star Trek novels. Yeah, I get that feeling. A lot of TV fans who said they haven't read. Again, problems with the IPs cross mediums. Yes, and Grant, you got this. Just keep grinding. and look for better ways. We're all about building each other up. So, folks, if anybody has good suggestions for Grant Langford, either comment, tagging him on this video, or contact him directly. And let's see if we can help Grant find new ways to make more money. And if you do it publicly, maybe it's something that can help the rest of us get a little farther ahead. The biggest trick is getting eyes on our products, because the algorithms are against us. The mass markets are against us. And everybody's more worried about getting their cut of money than helping keep the goose alive, So it's not easy, but it doesn't have to be. It can be simple but hard and still matter. Just, you got help, you got support. That's what we're here for. And I want people to create. I want you to tell your stories. I'm going to run an ad, and then I think it looks like we've lost a few people. We got a good following right now. Maybe I'll hold on for a bit. I'll run an ad, see how we're doing, because my Wednesday shows do tend to run long. And be sure to throw your links in the comments. Let's see, who haven't I promoted in a while? Oh, you know what? I'll run Donna's ad.
Hey there, everyone. This is Donna Carlene. Want some romance mixed in with a dead body or more? Did you enjoy my Hunter's Ridge series? Set in a small town in Alabama, it's the story of Northern Rider computer tech Carly Simone and the love of her life, Captain B.J. Martin of the Hunter's Ridge PD. But life in a small town is not all roses and beer, as Carly's expertise in true-life crime telling makes her the Hunter's Ridge murder expert. And then there's nowhere to go dancing except to Dixie with his country music. But Rocker Carly can adjust, can't she?
I have to help somebody out for a second. And there we go. We are working real hard to keep things up, keep things moving, keep things growing, because I know it's hard on you guys and it's challenging, but we've got to keep at it. What's this? It's butterflies from seeing the growth. I get down when books don't fly off the table, but when you get people coming back and getting new people excited for the next issue, you're doing great. Yeah, see, everybody's fighting. The other thing we have to remember is almost all of us are creating luxuries, spiritual luxuries. And I say that because I think they're necessary. I think art is vital and needed. But in the STEM-minded society we live in, people lose sight that we need that. And frankly, when you're trying to get the money to pay for eggs, you have to make cuts. The only thing I ask is, when you're cutting your entertainment budget, don't cut out the little people if you can. Now, I am what's called bill pay broke. We make our bills, we keep everybody fed. I don't get to spend a lot of money on fun stuff. And I do, I do when I can, but it's tight. And with one real income, because Mandy makes the money, I make a pittance. And taking care of my son, there's a cost. But for all of you who are living in the kind of place I am, where it's you're doing all right, or maybe not as all right as you want, but you're trying and you're putting it out there, do not despair. Because despair will steal the joy of your creation. Despair will steal your motivation. It will steal your light in the darkness, and that cascades out. I believe hope is contagious, and I believe hope and boldness and trying brings what you need. And I do believe that faith manages, my friends, my loves. We can do this, but we're all going to have to work at it, and it's going to suck some, and I won't lie to you. But I don't put people on, I don't highlight them unless they're both civil and have something to say. You know, that's why I'm not charging for ads, because it's the only way I can do a part for a lot of you people out there trying to get stuff out there. It's all I have to give, so I'm giving what I got. And I know you are too, and that deserves it. It deserves being recognized. It deserves being, beneficial. It deserves to prosper. And I'm going to do everything I can to help you guys that. Just like I'm doing everything over here. STEM-minded people sometimes forget it takes creativity to answer what question to ask that next question to answer via STEM. Usually comes from arts due to inspiration. One of the reasons it frustrates me was that art is such an afterthought in our schools. Yep. That's why for a few months on Fridays I went to a local elementary school and I taught basic drawing for months because they were having problems and they needed extra content. Didn't charge anything, came in, did it, left. I did a full semester. They canceled because they wanted the art teacher to actually do more than the art teacher was doing, but that's okay. I got it out there. And that's what you're doing. I cite this to say you guys are doing the same thing. Grant, you've got 5 issues. Most comic book artists who make it never make a second. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with telling a story that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And then you tell the next story. That is writing. That is the way of the tale. Keep up that. I believe in you. And I believe in that art fuels us. And I will tell you, if we don't get it through the schools, we'll get it through YouTube. Hey, all. Got writing to do. Keep up the great work, people. Anyone want to come on sometime? All are welcome. Thanks for the great show, sir. It's my privilege, Woke Breaker. Thanks for coming in the chat. You're always welcome here. You're a great speaker. We need to get you here and more on Nerd Bacon, 9 a.m.s on Thursdays over at Luke Stone Studios. We may have a small school, but we had dabbled in everything. In a way, it was kind of nice. Whether it was a sports, art, span, math, we all had a spot. That is nice. I hear from a lot of people who want to do a comic book, but who never get issue one out. Right now, I am that person. The reason, though, is I'm working on several other things. I have to hierarchy my assorted projects. I may be making a new board to get the things I have to reference, which, thank you, remind me I have a project to do. But if you want to do it, do it. You know what? That's not true. That is not true. I have to amend myself. I did draw a full comic book, and it was not artistically up to par, but Luke took it and he's redrawing it and putting it in the Out of Obscurity book, which should be, I have to ask him when that's launching, because people have been asking about Paul Bunyan Kaiju Slayer. So yeah, and if that doesn't work, I'll do other things. But thank you for the kick in the butt, Grant. I appreciate that. Sorry, Blue Teddy says I've been very slow to answer questions this morning, but I'm sketching at lunch, and I'm working on Smoke and Mirrors. Had less time, but finding it where I can. Excellent. That's what I want to hear. We're at an hour and a half, and it's starting to sound like I have to go make some food. So, guys, I'm going to run an ad, and then I'll close up the show. Actually, I'm going to run probably 2 roughly back to back because there are a couple I want to get out.
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda, just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley, Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
I scrolled the wrong way. The old ad for her. I may have to take that down. This is the ad.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel. But otherwise, I am Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
I'm just loving seeing the people get built up and out there, and wonderful things are going on. The Kickstarter for Life on Korra, I believe, has wrapped up. They did very well. But we knew Mike Jimmy would. Guys, I'm proud of you. Proud of everybody out here fighting the good fight, trying to make good content. If you want to see more of me, I will be Thursday on Luke Stone's, usually a little spicier, morning show, Nerd Bacon, at 9 a.m. I will be back here at 10 a.m. Friday. And if you want to talk swords and shenanigans, I'll be back over on the Historical Fencing Guild at 8 p.m. Friday night for another Historical Fencing Guild live stream. Most importantly, though, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I am right here doing Nevermind the Furthermore to help all you wonderful creatives get your message out. We'll check the chats real fast, and then we'll go through it. Before we sign off, then, associationofishtar.com/Kickstarter. It's a great Kickstarter, great universe. Bonzert does wonderful things, and I am really proud to know the man. And, maybe involved. We'll see. And great show, Nick. Thank you, Don. I'll see you all very soon. Be good. Create, write, draw, because you can edit it. You can fix it. You can improve, but you can't edit a blank page. I'll see you all real soon.